Good morning and welcome to another ACY Securities Market Update. My name is Alistair Schultz and I'll be your host through today's trading journey. In today's session that we're going to be talking about, I'm going to do a breakdown on the dollar yen and I'm also just going to cover over the news to expect for the day ahead. So on the dollar yen, I have a monthly chart up here behind me and I've drawn two trend lines that shows this sort of contracting wedge pattern occurring. Now, I don't generally like contracting wedge patterns. They do serve as a point of consolidation that we can use to identify where we might consider a breakout opportunity to then be placing trades. Now, that hasn't happened in this case, but it is something to be aware of when you're looking at monthly charts. As soon as you move down to lower time frames, you can't even see these trend lines registering. So, the next point I want to move down to is a daily chart. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I drew this pattern, this trend line as we've gone through price, and it has been riding in a trend channel all the way up. And you can see where the news has impacted and price has moved well and truly above the existing trend line on a daily, and it has done it so quickly in one candle that it's impressive. Now, on this chart here, we've moved down to a 4-hour chart. And you can see at this point here, I actually on FinLogix had posted a trade for a short side. It obviously hasn't panned out, but the moment I sort of went, I'm a bit questionable on whether this is really turning into a pattern that I believe it to be, I tightened up my stops so much so that it really didn't matter too much whether it got hit. Now, in this instance here, price has moved up very quickly. You could see that on the previous chart that I showed you, and you could also see it on the monthly chart. Now, the reasoning behind this has been more news related. In this area, I don't see anything from a technical perspective that says we're going to have a massive move. And there's not really a pattern behind or underlying that I would have used or traded off. So in the news for today, what we've seen is the value that the US dollar has increased and the yen has devalued, pushing the price up on the dollar yen here quite dramatically. So the news that we actually did see was FOMC meeting minutes, and what we found in that minutes report was that policymakers have noted that there is an easing of trade tensions, Brexit risks, and the stabilizing of growth across the global economy, which has allowed for their expectations to look at the US economy that is going to grow at a moderate pace in the near-term future. So they've also noted that coronavirus needed to have an eye kept on it, but that's nothing new. We already sort of knew that. And that there was still some level of trade uncertainty. So when they're talking about that trade uncertainty, naturally we all sort of think of the tensions between China and America, which have eased dramatically, but are still ongoing. And of course, Brexit and the European trade and how that's going to affect with the US as well. So in the day ahead, we have the Australian unemployment figures coming out, including the unemployment rate. That'll be at 11:30 a.m. So if you are trading the Australian dollar or any other pairs that have the Aussie in it, keep an eye on that. That's probably might have a little bit of an impact. We also have Euro news coming out with the ECB releasing their version of monetary policy minutes, and that'll be at 11:30 p.m. tonight. For the rest of the day, we have a variety of low impact events, including CPI figures, PPI figures, and 10-year bond auction results out of Spain. So I don't expect to see too much action out of them, but remember that if you've got a number of small, low impact events, it may trigger something to occur when they all compound together. That's all I have for this morning. Have a good trading day ahead, and I hope you have good luck with it. But remember, if you want to send me a message about anything that we've done on our content today, feel free to send a message to me at talktoal@acy.com. And of course, like and subscribe the video so you can get more great content from us in the future. Happy hunting, guys.